Hello, everyone, and welcome to Overth News and Media platform. We have with us Pooja Domadia today, who is the founder of Slow and Conscious Living. Hello, Pooja. How are you?
Hi, Kapitra. I'm good. Yeah, just sailing through these tough times.
Agree. All of us are. So, Pooja is an ex-journalist and who has been practicing mindful ways of living through our daily lives with conscious ways of looking at services and products which we use daily. And she is someone who is the best to cover our topic for today, which is the basics of a low waste home. And she also kind of, because she has the experience of experiencing and kind of engaging with this low waste lifestyle, she has also been giving workshops, taking kind of a lot of activities in which you kind of tell us how to live this low waste lifestyle, right? So welcome, Pooja. Welcome to be the guest speaker on over the News and Media platform. And so today, before coming to the main questions, I would like to tell the audience how we cover each topic on over the News and Media platform. And so we look at any topic, any issue from the prism of 4 simple steps. One is the collective anxiety we feel towards a certain subject. Now, today's topic is the basics of a low waste home. So the kind of anxiety itself is that, how do we go ahead and, kind of stop wasting things, overbuying things, and trying to, kind of make our contribution to climate action, right? Number 2, the second step through which we look at any problem is also, the individual action. So here, what has been Pooja's action in, helping herself and others with a low waste change, transformation that is happening with the kind of choices she's making on a daily basis. Number 3 is the community transition, which can take place through the kind of experience and the kind of example she's setting up. And number 4 is a wider ecosystem impact, which can happen because we are looking for individuals, looking for pilot projects, which can make a, kind of wider impact on the ecosystems, which are still not practicing something like that. So let's go ahead, Pooja. Let's continue with this topic. And my first question for you today is, why are we calling it low waste and not zero waste, which is, the westernized version of zero waste movement, right? So can you kind of throw some light on that?
Sure. Okay, let's understand. The planet itself has a zero waste functioning. Okay, everything that comes to life finds its way, to soil, to water, and then it becomes food for another life. And so basically, it's a very circular way of functioning, and it is completely zero waste. है ना? जंगल में जाके हम कभी सफाई नहीं करते हैं. The leaves don't need to be, cleaned from there and burnt somewhere or something like that. Because leaves are nutrition for soil of that floor of this jungle. The problem is because we have created certain things that cannot be digested by earth for a long, long time. I don't know if plastic can be composted even after 500 years, because so far it's just about 100 years that plastic has been invented. So the whole idea of zero is currently in the kind of lifestyle that we are living is difficult. And why am I saying low is because zero ke chakkar mein, many a times people feel that if it is not zero, it is nothing. But that's not the way. You can reduce a lot of things. So I honestly feel that except the tribals living in the, these islands of Andaman, where they have no connection with others of the mainstream country, I think they would be zero waste. I think only them possibly, maybe some rural folks, but otherwise it is difficult because we are slowly living in a very different kind of lifestyle, which has different kind of waste creation. I feel zero is basically that high hanging fruit, which is very tempting, and you want to get hold of someday. But for that, you'll have to be on a journey, and that journey is low waste, and slowly someday you will be able to get hold of that fruit. Till then, just enjoy this journey.
Exactly.
Don't just disregard it. Ki
Yeah.
ye nahi to kuch nahi.
True, very true. So lovely. And it's such a nice symbolism there, about the, high-hanging fruit. Because, I think as we say, life is a journey. It's not the destination finally.
Absolutely.
And I also have a little green humor here to put is that, I think we are all not Aryabhatas who can discover zero. I think we have a long way to go before we do that.
True.
And there is infinite opportunity. So we have to discover infinite before we discover zero. So
yeah, I mean, absolutely. So many opportunities in our daily lifestyle where we can consciously decide to reduce waste.
Yes, great. So let's move on. So Pooja, my second question to you is, how did your low waste journey start?
Okay, so I think coming from a very middle class family, I was never this spendthrift kind of a person, but it did hurt to see resources being wasted. Let me not say waste, but say resources being wasted. When I was a journalist, I had interviewed someone who used to compost at home. And that was the first time I came across someone doing it. And I saw the compost. I'm like, oh, this just doesn't look like something that is that was waste at some point of time. And it really inspired. And I was like, at some point of time, I may do it. But with daily life, job, that thing didn't happen. So after a few years, when I quit my job, and I didn't have any plan, I didn't have any new job or anything that I have to in particular, put my time into. That's when I started thinking, or I had decided that I quit my job and the first thing I'm going to do is start composting. And from there started everything. I started looking into my dustbin, ki kya ja raha hai isme? Geela kachra nikal gaya. What else? Okay, reduce this. Okay, reduce this. So that's how it started.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, awareness is the first step. So you made yourself self-aware about, what is going into your dustbin. And in fact, I heard some of very senior educators saying once that, why do you even have to have a dustbin in the first place? That's why the waste gets created, right? So, but then, of course, with our lifestyles, it's so tough. We are all on a journey trying to minimize it. So, a great way to start that with awareness, right? So,
in fact, on that note, when I was a kid, I used to stay in a very small town of Gujarat. We didn't have a dustbin at our home. All the wet waste was fed to the cows.
Okay.
And the wrappers and stuff would be very rare. Anyway, back then it was not this, even the Parle-G used to come in paper. So, there was not so much of packaging anyway.
Yes.
And a friend of mine, whose family was very educated, and, this friend had a dustbin in her room. We didn't even have a room. So that's another thing. So, dustbin to alag baat hai. तो मुझे ऐसा लगता था वाओ दिस इज लाइक सम क्या कहते हैं ना थोड़े अमीरों की या एजुकेटेड लोगों की निशानी है कि डस्टबिन होना चाहिए एंड टुडे आई लुक बैक एट दैट एंड आई फील आई वांट टू गो टू दैट प्लेस वेयर आई डोंट हैव अ डस्टबिन
yeah, we're all going back. I mean, that's what life is about, right? I mean, it's a quote which says that. So I mean, looking at dustbin as something which is privileged, it's something new. Even that's part of the mindset change we're all going through on this journey, right? Great. And so my third question to you, taking on from here is, what was the reaction of your family, your close ones, your friends on you opting for a low waste living? Because everybody wants to kind of, flourish, and flourish in middle class families usually mean that you have a lot of means of things, right? Things. So how was their reaction?
Yeah, as you rightly said, flourish means having a lot of things that you may not even need, that you may not even use, that may just keep occupying space. But yes, so yeah, it wasn't a smooth thing. Of course, it isn't yet, as I even now, so when I started with composting, everyone was excited, honestly. And they were like, yes, hum bhi kachra dalenge. And it was all good for a while, for a few days, till the time I saw maggots in the bin. So when I saw maggots, I was like, shit, abhi ye sabko dikha nahi sakte, they might just want me to stop.
Yeah.
Slowly the maggots kept crawling outside, and others happened to see it, and they were like, "Band kar do." And I was like, "Thoda, I'll try and manage." And I tried different ways of managing it. I think what helped has been the persistence that I had. I said, "ये काम नहीं चला, तरीका कोई बात नहीं, हम ये और एक चीज try कर रही हूँ, that may help." So they also had a hope. That okay, there's a different going for, possibly that would help. So that is one bit. The another thing is, it became very difficult for people to, like my husband, to think ki gift kya kare, or because I started getting everything in cloth bags and dabbas. So it's still one thing ki अरे ठीक है यार, ले लो ना थैली में, क्या problem है? But so it's still a journey, just like everything. Even this is a journey. And I think persistence with politeness would go a long way. Don't get a loggerheads with them, thinking कि नहीं ये तो ऐसे ही होगा, because just they've not had the realization you've had, and it's just fair. Their time.
Yeah, so we have an entire generation and before which has believed in this concept of flourish with things. So it's very difficult to kind of change that now when they are kind of come such a long way. And so even the same one such example at my place is when I used to go out and having a child with me who loves to have milkshakes, get a lot of glass bottles, and then thankfully I didn't have much plastic at home, which I discarded in my own journey over the last 4 years. And so those glass bottles became part of the kitchen. But glass breaks, and that was the first thing my mother-in-law said when she entered back into my house, last year. And she said, no, it's very difficult to manage this in the kitchen. Yeah, but for me it was never, because I think I was very conscious about, this is how I'm going to keep it and use it. So I know we're all on that trail, where we're slowly kind of treading. Great. So Pooja, my fourth question to you is, there seems to be a lot of myth when it's kind of coming to low waste lifestyle in the community. Especially we women, we start thinking about how is this going to suit our lifestyle, because at homes there's so much to be done. So can we burst a few myths about low waste lifestyle?
Yes. So the first one, as I mentioned earlier, your waste doesn't need to fit into mason jar. 2, you don't need to discard all the plastics you have. Discard only if you don't need them. If there is no life that the product has. Say, for example, I use a plastic bottle. But if I have to buy one, I would buy a metal one. But because I have this bottle from some source which has been old, or someone ended up giving us or something, doesn't mean I would discard it. it just doesn't make sense. Use the resource. Don't look at plastic as mere waste, or it is also a resource when it holds a form, right?
Yeah.
Till the time you can use it, and then you might find sensible ways to discard it, recycle it.
Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah, continue. Yeah.
Yes, and so it's okay to create some waste.
Okay.
सारा ठेका तुमने उठा के नहीं रखा है. And this has been a realization that has helped me a lot with my anxiety with, when it comes to waste. I don't mean to say that you create waste consciously, but there are certain situations which are not in your hand. Someone ended up gifting you something that you didn't ask for, but you can't tell them anything. It's okay. It's okay. You might find, so they gave you a glittery gift wrap, the gift wrapper that comes along. The first reaction is usually, Q, you don't need to give this, you don't need a wrapper. Even if you had to give me that thing, you don't need a wrapper. Just understand they don't understand it. So you might find it as a way to start a conversation with them.
Yeah.
But now it is not anything that you can do about it. So maybe you might as well just try and find a way you can recycle or do something about it, right?
Yeah.
So because anxiety can take a huge toll, and that's not a very good way to go ahead in the journey, because it drains a lot of energy, and that can be a hurdle in your journey.
Yeah.
You don't need to buy everything available in the market, which is labeled sustainable or green or eco-friendly or organic or whatever. Please opt for it when you need them, but you don't need to buy everything. Is the primary point. If I have this top, say this is not a synthetic material, but if I have a polyester top, I don't need to discard it and buy a natural fabric. That doesn't make sense, right?
Yeah.
So also, sorry, you were saying something?
Yeah. So great points here, Pooja. I also wanted to mention that, I think what you're talking about is let's stop on impulse buying.
Absolutely.
We need to be a kind of really mindful of what we have already, and let's use that. Low waste doesn't mean that you have a nice usable plastic bottle as you have, and we just throw it and you buy a metal bottle. No, it's about increasing the life expectancy of where we have, right? That's what a circular economy, right? We keep trying to use it, and in case it becomes no longer of usable quality, we can use it to maybe pot some plants or something in the bottle, the plastic bottle, right? I mean, that's what it's all about. Yeah.
I think also because you mentioned about that, there is one more myth that I would like to talk about is you don't need to show too much of creativity. I mean, let me tell you why I'm saying this. Many a times, because you want to use the resource you have in another form. मतलब ये bottle का हो गया, अब मुझे इसमें से कुछ और, तो इस bottle को बहुत ज़्यादा छेड़ो मत, क्योंकि उसके बाद उसके tiny particles को recycle करना बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है. So there are so many videos online जहाँ they would make glitter using the all these multi-layered plastics and all. It just, I get so anxious looking at that video, those videos, because you are creating microplastics.
Yes.
And you have no way to go ahead. So it's wonderful to be creative, but just understand the difference between creative and creating waste. Are you creating resource?
Yes, yes, I think that's a very solid point here, because I think a lot of us, we try to get into the upcycling mode and the recycling mode, and keeping something as it was produced in the first place, kind of keeping it as a flower holder, as a vase, or as a pot is different. But then when you cut it out, as you said, the microplastics, one of the biggest polluters of our oceans and seas and water bodies. So great. Okay, what about when it comes to myth, also the quality and the budget part? I mean, there's a huge question on the pricing part and the quality part. Yeah.
Is zero waste expensive? Not really. Let's understand. Maybe it would be a good idea to sit back and write down what are the expenses you have right now, what, in what direction, and also to understand that what will you need further. So say I stop buying clothes because I already have a lot of them and I don't need any for at least 2 years further. Am I not saving money that I would on an impulse buying just because that top looked good? I'm not sure I'm going to wear it. I'm not sure if it would fit me. I'm not sure where I would wear it.
Yeah.
But just because that is for a sale at a discounted price, I feel like buying it. So you will save 100% of your money if you don't go for that 50% sale wala top. So you might choose the 100% because you already have a lot of clothes. So you can just make mindful choices if you have to, and you can actually save the money here and spend it for conscious products. Understand how it is affecting your life, your body, and then look at it, right? So there are people like my mother didn't like wearing anything apart from a cotton sari, like any other material, because every time she wore a synthetic sari, her skin would start itching. And back then I would feel that cotton saris are so old fashioned, or she needs to upgrade to a nylon or whatever synthetic material sari. And now I feel so guilty of doing that, because that is what suited her skin best. And in fact, you look at it, that's what suits our skin best, any natural fabric, vis-a-vis synthetic one. So choose what suits also, and you might spend more on one thing, but you would save because you're not buying impulsively on 10 things.
Great. So Pooja, another very crucial question here is that what do we stop buying immediately to start our low waste journey? Because all of us want to know where to start. So what are the top 3 things can you say that makes it into, stop this immediately and start your journey of low waste?
Okay. So the first 3 things that come to my mind are: stop buying packaged water, stop buying new clothes, stop buying plastic toothbrushes. When I say this, I don't want you to stop drinking water or stop wearing clothes or stop brushing your teeth. There are ways we can sail through this.
Great. And so what are the alternatives? What are the swaps which you do, or what are the steps you take to change that mindset to bring these top 3 changes into your life?
Right. So the first thing when I say packaged water, so usually you buy packaged water when you're out, right?
Yeah.
So you can carry your bottle, that you have a reusable bottle. It can be a plastic bottle, it can be a metal bottle, it doesn't matter, whatever suits you. But a reusable bottle that you can keep carrying. And in most cases, you would have it at your home. Secondly, stop buying new clothes, because we don't realize the kind of impulse buying that we do, in particularly with clothes and jewelry. सेल दिखा, खरीद लिया, कबर्ड में डाल दिया, जगह नहीं है, कुछ और खाली किया, दान में दे दिया, but it's not done. Actually, you're just making space for yours, for your new clothes in your cupboard. Your intention क्या है वो भी समझ लो. And also understand, are these clothes going to be used by the ones whom you're thinking you're giving? Because in most cases, a lot of us buy Western clothes which are not going to be used by the rural folks, right? They would be wearing a sari or a salwar.
Agree, yeah.
Tops जो वहाँ नहीं चलेंगे.
Yeah.
तो क्या sense बनेगा है ना? So they will be wasted. They would lie in landfills. So it doesn't make sense. So stop buying new clothes. Instead, what do? Inspect your wardrobe. Do you need new clothes? Figure out. A very good way could be listing things. Like you have, say, 5 saris, you have 4 salwar kameez which are meant to be worn for weddings. You have 3 denims and you have whatever X formal clothes. जो भी है, अगर आपने एक listing बना दी ना, it will be very good for you to understand कि कितने हैं, कितने की जरूरत है. Now, if you need it, the first option could be just ask around. If you can borrow it, if it is particularly for some event, say for example, you have to go for a wedding and you don't have anything that suits the occasion, just ask around. I've done that all my life as a kid, just borrowing clothes from didis and whatever, different people around. So maybe sharing it with, if you have your siblings or anyone around, mummy, bhabhi, just ask. So borrow. If you can swap, you're just bored using what you're wearing. So say our size matches, can you just swap our clothes? Rent clothes, it is for some occasions. And if you still need to buy something for a longer time, कि ऐसा नहीं है कि आज एक occasion के लिए चाहिए. So what you can do is you can buy second hand. Just look out for it. There will be people who would be wanting to sell out excess of their clothes, or maybe because of excess, maybe because of size differences, or X reason. So buying second hand is a good option instead of buying new clothes. Fast fashion is the second most polluting industry, so we can't ignore that. And the third option I said was stop buying plastic toothbrushes. Go for bamboo toothbrushes. They are very much, very easily substitutable. You can, it's just the similar kind of a brush. So just switch that. Or go for Datun. All up for it. For years, I didn't use bamboo toothbrush. I was using it. So you can use that also if you're comfortable. So whatever suits you, you can figure out. Because you don't know where was your last toothbrush. Where is the last toothbrush you discarded? Somewhere on the planet. Harmful.
Yes, agree. So that's great. Starting with these 3 basic things, let's not buy mineral water bottles, the use and throw kind of types of plastic, the single-use plastic, and which is one of the biggest contributor to pollution all across in land, sea, and other places. And apart from that, the clothes part is something I was also thinking that, apart from the kind of ideas you were giving, is also we have so many fashion influencers these days who help us understand how to wear the same kind of clothes in a very different way, right? So that's another idea which we can get, follow a great fashion influencer can help you. And there are a lot of sustainable fashion influencers who talk about how to wear the same dress in different ways. So, and the third,
and also let's understand it's completely okay to repeat clothes exactly in the same way.
Yeah, agree.
It's also completely okay. I can wear the same earrings with the same top, with the same skirt, and I can keep wearing it the number of times I want at whatever places I want. So, yes, creativity is good. Please do, mix and match the way you want. But don't feel ashamed to repeat your clothes.
Yes, I mean, it's as simple as that. I think, our ancestors never kind of thought twice before repeating their clothes, whatever they wore.
In most cases, they had the white dhoti, white kurta.
Yeah.
I mean, the versions would change, but similar, So, difference समझ ही नहीं आता था. It was just as basic. It just saved so much time and energy for themselves, right? कि आज क्या पहनना है ये सोचूं मैं, because that doesn't happen.
Great. And when it comes to toothbrush, yes, I think, many times, even I have been brought up in a way where, my dad says this is the best toothbrush, at times, because it also helps from a very health perspective. It helps, kind of giving a good shape to your jawline, when you use your teeth and try to press the, use your finger and use to try to press the teeth inside. A lot of times our children have teeth coming out and all that. This is one of the most best ways to do that. And we can use neem sticks. A lot of people in villages use the neem sticks as, kind of.
Not just neem. There are so many ways.
So many others. Yeah.
Meswak. Yeah. Yes. So many
barks. Yes.